department of ST College, Hoshiarpur, a passionate teacher and researcher. His work in students' counseling and academic leadership has a lasting impact so far. It is our privilege to welcome Dr. Ankdeep Kaur Atwal, the Associate Professor and Head of the Department of English at Shri Guru Granth Sahib World University, Fatehgarh Sahib, a distinguished scholar with specialization in eco-criticism, Indian literature, and literary theory. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm welcome to these eminent academicians, Dr. Gurpreet Kaur, Dr. Prashant Sethi, and Dr. Ankdeep Kaur. And before we proceed, I would like to take you through the rules and guidelines that will go on this round. Each team shall consist of two speakers. As per the format, both members of the team will speak either in favor of the motion or against the motion allotted. This ensures that the team present a collective and coherent stand on the issue at the hand. Every speaker will be given a total of 4 minutes to present their arguments, and the speaker will speak for minimum 3 minutes and maximum 4 minutes. A single bell will ring at the completion of 3 minutes to indicate 1 minute remains, and a double bell will ring at the end of 4 minutes to mark the conclusion of the speaking time. Participants are expected to strictly adhere to the time limits, and exceeding it may result in a penalty. The opening statement will be given by the speaker one from the proposition side, followed by the speaker one of the opposition side. Then the speaker two of proposition side will speak, followed by the speaker two of opposition side. In closing of the debate, each team will given 2 minutes jointly for compulsory rebuttals, where speaking for 1 minute is mandatory. There will be no interjections allowed during the speech. All participants are expected to maintain proper decorum and use formal and parliamentary language throughout the competition. Any form of disrespect, unparliamentary expression, breach of conduct shall invite strict consequences, including possible disqualifications. The judgment will be based on content, clarity of arguments, logical reasoning, style of presentation, ability to review, language, and adherence to time limits. It is important to note that decision of judge shall be final and binding. Since this round is being conducted online, all the participants are requested to ensure stable internet connection. Camera must remain switched on throughout the round, and microphones should remain muted at all the other times. In the event of any technical difficulty, kindly inform your coordinator immediately through the chat box. With these rules in place, we look forward to an engaging and intellectually stimulating round. We wish all the participants very best and hope for the finest arguments shall prevail. Now I request speaker one of the proposition side, that is TC5, speaker one TC5 should start with their arguments.
Sir, shall I start, sir?
Yes,
Shall I start?
yes,
Okay.
yes, you can.
Honorable judges, coordinators, and fellow debaters. Friends, yesterday I was reading some ancient wisdom, and out of that, a particular shlok caught my attention. It was something like Parivartanam eva nityam. Friends, it means change is the only constant. Since the dawn of civilization, we the humans have invented tools to make our life easier and learning more effective. Friends, today, artificial intelligence in classroom is bringing new realities possible. For example, it offers a genuine improvement in academics. Without doing any further delay, now let us shift our focus to what are the various channels it opens for students. Firstly, I would like to mention it offers you personalized and adaptive learning. A vague term, right? Let me decodify it for you. Suppose you are sitting in a classroom. Now imagine how many times you have felt completely lost because the lecture is going at a very high pace and you are not able to cope up with that. Or on contrary, now imagine how many times you have felt bit bored because you already knew the concept. Friends, this is the biggest loophole of our education, which focuses on one size fits all. And at this exactly same point, artificial intelligence comes into the picture. It doesn't look at the students through the same lenses. It first analyzes their strength and their weakness, and after collecting the data, it provides you a tailor-made lesson specifically made for you. And this is not just theory. If we look around the globe, there are various examples which are coming forward. For example, there is Dreambox Learning in US, which says that it provides you math question according to the way you have solved your previous one. Similarly, there is Duolingo, which helps you in learning languages. For example, if a student, for example, his name is A, he's forgetting one specific word. So this app will keep on repeating that word till he learns. And finally, according to McKinsey's report, students who uses AI are learning at 30 to 40% higher pace. Now let us shift our focus to the second possibility which AI offers. It is intelligent tutoring. What does it mean? Suppose it is midnight and you have a big exam tomorrow on which your career depends. And while solving a quantum mechanics question, you are stuck on one particular question. So tell me one thing. Will you be able to ask your teacher for guidance? No, right? Will you be able to ask your parents for help? No, because there is high possibility that they themselves might not know. So what are the options available to you? One is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence being the hero comes to the rescue. It provides you accessibility, whether it is 2 a.m. or 2 p.m., whether you are sitting in a remote village or in a high-tech city. It's like having your tutor with you all the times. And there are various platforms which offer such possibilities, such as Mathia or Khan Academy's Khanmigo. And finally, I would like to mention my third key initiative, which AI offers. It is accessibility factor. Friends, one of the greatest mind of our time, Stephen Hawking, he has suffered because of ALS, but with the help of AI-powered machine, he is able to communicate his views with the students. And such knowledge which he shares is of paramount and highest importance to us. And at this exact point, I would like to mention a
One
report
minute
published.
remaining.
Okay. And at this exactly point of time, I would like to mention a report published by World Health Organizations. It says, and I quote, there are more than 1 billion people who are affected by some form of disability. Friends, for them, AI platforms such as Microsoft Immersive Reader or Otter.ai is doing works more than education. It is doing justice to them. It is giving them the chance of walking at the same pace at that other students are walking. So because of such reasons, today, I feel compelled that AI is bringing genuine improvement on the life of students rather than being dependent. We need to understand that everything has pros and cons, but if we look at the pros of AI, these are far very much advantageous. Thank you.
Okay, so now speaker one of TC12 should start.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Once upon a time, there was a bird born in a cage. The bird never had to go out and find food. The food was delivered to him in the cage. The bird never had to go out and find woods to make a nest. It was already built for him. When the door was open for the bird to fly for the freedom, he actually didn't know how to fly. The bird actually fell down because his wings were grew very, very weak over time. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all the honorable judges and all the opponent speakers. Today, I, speaker number one from team TC12, stands before you in the motion that artificial intelligence is actually nothing more than what is an over dependence today. Ladies and gentlemen, that cage is actually an artificial intelligence, and that person is us. That bird inside that cage is us. We have grown over the time with something that is actually going to do everything for us. Even my opponent counsel, the speaker has mentioned that Stephen Hawking statements. If I may address Stephen Hawking, he also said that the full development of human artificial intelligence could actually spell the end of human race. He himself has said that. If we look at the Geoffrey Hinton, he said he actually left the Google to openly speak about how artificial intelligence can actually harm the entire society in the world and the human mankind. So I may present my case with another argument. I would start with the first argument, Your Excellencies. The first argument talks about that it actually hinders the natural and critical thinking. If you look at the data by the study.com, according to 2023 reports, it suggests that 48% of the students from all over the globe come forward and admitted that they are using the AI to copy their content. So what we are actually doing, we are providing degrees on the basis of AI. That means we are not preparing them for the skills or the other operating works. We are only creating copiers for the future. Education should only produce creators, not the copiers. The next point, Your Excellencies, which I would like to present before you, is that AI is actually affecting the environment. If you look at the manufacturing of AI actually causing way too much damage to the earth. To actually where these AI being operated, they requires a computer. So to 2 kgs computer data, they require 800 kgs of actually natural resources, which are being actually taken out as a raw material. So if you look at how they operate it, they need a chip, AI chip into it, which chip is actually not being built up of some plastic or other stuff, but it requires very relevant and special kind of resources which are being driven out of the earth in a destructive manner. So if you look at the International Energy Agency, which states that artificial intelligence is actually consuming too much of energy from the world. If you look at the one request of the chat GPT, it consumes 10% of energy of a Google research. So you think about it before using it. Also, if I may address the Ireland report, according to the reports, Ireland by 2026, the total whatever the consumption of the energy is will be used by the AI only. So AI is actually affecting us in every possible manner. So we should definitely think about it before using it. Also, we are not supposed to use something which will actually take our planet away. If we are not going to exist, who are going to use it? So this is the question that I would like to present before this opponent council to actually address that. Thank you.
Okay, so now speaker 2 of TC5 shall begin. Speaker 2 of TC5.
Sorry, I'm audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. They say change is the only constant. In fact, it's this adaptability and ability to change, to embrace change, that has helped us survive millions and millions of years and countless number of evolutions. So why are we hesitating to embrace AI so much at this point of time? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I shall be speaking for the motion. How AI has led to an independent thinking and to a revolution in the field of education. Elaborating on the point already shared by my co-speaker, where he talked about increasing accessibility in education in terms of the global reports, let's make our stats and statistics a little more national. According to the Hindu, 2.2% of our population suffers from some sort of disability. It could be physical, mental, or social. In such circumstances, the traditional one-size-fits-all approach is not going to help anybody out. It's either going to end up frustrating the brighter kids in the class or make the weaker students in the class feel inept. To take from the honorable opposition's analogy of the bird who could not fly, think of a bird who's born with a broken wing. Does that child or does that bird here does he or she does not have the opportunity to fly better? Do not deserve the opportunity to be on the same footing as the other birds who fortunately being born with nicer wings? To quote an example here, there is an app called Disolve, which has helped in early detection of dyslexia in students, helping academicians and parents deal better with this disability. If this is not AI bridging gap in academia, I don't know what is. Within the larger education sector also, ladies and gentlemen, AI has been a revolution. Gone are the days when you either had to be very rich or be placed in a nice hotshot city to crack competitive exams. According to OpenAI, since its inception, more than 13,500 students have availed its services to help with the UPSC preparation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 21st century. Education today is no longer a privilege, it's a right. And AI has helped push this narrative. Let's talk about science and technology. There's this very potent cell therapy in the field of immunology called the CAR-T cell therapy. It has been specially effective for people dealing with cancers of head, neck, and blood. Earlier, this cell therapy was done ex vitro, that is outside the body of the patient. Today, with the help of AI, scientists are able to achieve this cell therapy within the body of patient, not only increasing the chances of its potency, decreasing chances of infection, but also ensuring a more optimal dosage of chemotherapy to the patients. Again, if this is not revolution in academia, in science and technology, I don't know what is. Noted. Finally, let's look at the times that we're living in right now. We are ravaged with wars, floods, pandemics, landslides, making in-person studies and in-person examinations very difficult logistically. Now, all of us are familiar with the hooks that online exams became 5 years ago. But a young demographic of like India can also not afford to not have examinations. AI has helped here as well. There are proctoring skills or proctoring apps available which have been powered by AI, which have helped enhance supervision. In fact, the Licensing Authority of India is already using the proctoring skill to streamline the traffic that frequents their departments and also helping registrants get a better access to licensing facilities. I'll conclude by saying that we've seen two revolutions in the last century already. Think of the simple Hath gadis that you had, which then became the motor cars and now the fast swift cars that we're familiar with, or the telegraph, which became the telephone and ultimately the mobile that we're familiar with. It is this ability of ours to coexist and adapt to technology that has helped us
Time,
survive.
your time is up. Speaker 2 of TC5. Now speaker 2 of TC12 should begin.
Thank you.
Hello, AI, goodbye reality. Education is not a vending machine where you insert your question and you get the answer. It's a long journey, sacred process of discovery, reflection, and a struggle. Yet today, AI has threatened the process of input, output, copy, paste, and submit. Honorable panel of the jury, and fellow debaters, a very warm good morning to all and everyone present here. I, speaker number 2 of TC1, to stand strongly before you to oppose the motion dependence of AI in academics. My opponent speaker have efficiently glorified the efficiency of AI in personalized learning and accuracy. Which they call personalized learning, I call it making our new generation lazy. Which they are just bringing a tool which will make our generation smarter. I called it they are just making an end to curiosity. When a machine starts thinking at the behalf of a student or an individual, it ends the curiosity, it ends the questions, it ends the imaginative world where a student has to start its journey. My honorable jury, I would like to extend my speech by saying that UPSC students, where a UPSC exam is about the ability of a student to answer the questions. When a student prepares from an AI module, he or she is not able to answer and form the questions. If we talk about the disabled students who are daily rely on AI, our India country is not that much developed that it has teachers at each and every corner of the villages. And even there is that much underdevelopment that a family is not able to afford a single smartphone. Further, I would like to present arguments that it is the erosion of critical thinking of a student. When a student excessively uses AI, he or she is not able to answer the questions that are natural or they are kind of creative answers. It stops the brainstorming of a student. Taking the case study of USI 2023, they said that the students presented their assignments by using ChatGPT, which lacked the originality in the assignment and also leading to uniformity. Another argument, jury, I would like to present that it is biased and gives us wrong information. Third argument, I would like to present that it risks our privacy data. The search history that we insert in an AI tool is not able to handle by an AI tool. That's why Italy banned ChatGPT for an year because it was unable to handle the privacy of the individual. At end, I would like to present my last argument that it ends the role of teacher, where a teacher is for the development and programming of a student, not only just delivering lectures in the class, a teacher is also meant for emotional, moral, ethical development of a student, and an emotionless AI is not able to. At the end, I would like to end by saying that do we want thinkers or typers? It's your choice, and you have to see what you want. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So now we start with the rebuttal round.
I'll take over for the rebuttal round for the proposition. Ladies and gentlemen, our teacher often tells us that look at fire. It can light up a house, it can warm up a house on one side, but the same fire can be used to wreak havoc in the lives of others. Ultimately, AI, like all other tools, its usage or its profitability or advantage depends upon our usage of that situation. Look at Math IA, which is a math powered tool. It does not hand out hints directly or does not make copiers, quote unquote. It helps students revise the same question over and over again. And reports have suggested that there is about 20% more retention in students who practice the same question over and over again, which has helped them again bridge a gap between academia. So if this isn't revolution in academia through AI, I don't know what is. Can we go back to telephones just because they consume less electricity and less energy? We're using the smartphones, right? That is what revolution is. I'd like to hand it over to my co-speaker to present some data.
Friends, I would like to mention one critical thing here. Most of us has been heard at home that world is not a safe place. Now let me ask you one thing: have we stopped going outside? Friends, in 2022, if you look at the data, there are more than 4,61,000 road accidents. On the contrary, in the field of AI, the number of incidents were around just 200. If we need to understand that the problem is not the AI, it is about how we use it. If we see what are the benefits that AI is providing the world, these are immense, these are numerous. We can't stop ourselves from going forward. So, because of all such efforts, we need to see AI in a bright light. So, with that, me as well as my co speaker will like to thank the host for having us. And that's all from our side.
Okay, so now DC12 should start with their rebuttal.
All right. Thank you for giving me the floor to actually do the rebuttals. So whatever they have said about the disability students. So I would like to clear this to this honorable jury that from where disability comes. If you look at the Jharkhand, the Ukrainian and the other resources have been taken out of the land. So they left the land actually erosed and exploited, which actually causing very much diseases in the persons itself. It is actually causing the disability. The disability comes itself from the manufacturing of artificial intelligence, first of all. Second point that they have mentioned is about the light. So that light or the electricity or whatever they have said about the fire was a necessity for the humans to actually discover. At this time, AI is not necessary. If it is necessary, they have not mentioned that there should be an extent. If you look at the disadvantages of the AI, it has been enormous. If you look at the disadvantages, they are enormous that you cannot deal with them. But if you look at the usage, that is very few. So when you look at the net worth of the AI, it is actually going to disturb the human mankind. And there will be a time when humans will not be able to understand the AI and AI will take over the control of the earth. So it is very much important to understand that. Also, Elon Musk has mentioned that if AI is doing something and humans happens to be in its way, AI will not think twice. It will only kill the humans and will do the course that has been provided to him. So it is actually very much understandable that we need to understand the actual contextual meaning of the artificial intelligence when we are doing this debate here, that we need to look at the disadvantages very clearly because they are severe. They are harmful. I repeat, your honors, this is very, very harmful. We are not going to take this in consideration and we are only looking at this, celebrating the other aspects that people are actually having help from the students are getting help from this in academics, and we have actually done medical surgeries. Although the medical surgeries you might rely on, but do consider that aspect because disability is coming from the very manufacturing of artificial intelligence itself. I may address the another issue that there are few reports that also suggest that the if we keep on relying on the robots, we will definitely not be able to invent any further discoveries which humans have done so far in the historical events. So thank you so much. It was an honor speaking before this honorable jury and to debate with such fellow mates. Thank you so much.
Thank you all, participants and judges. You came well prepared. Now I would wind up the meeting. Good luck. The participants can leave the meeting. Judgment will be shared soon. And if the judges want to discuss something, they can be here, or otherwise they may also leave.
This is Dr. I was supposed to give the judgment to you through WhatsApp or in what manner?
Yes, ma'am, you can send it through WhatsApp.
Say how on WhatsApp, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.